Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops.
Fight earlier today, and even at the time you came in with a ton of momentum coming out of the Olympics, and a lot of people were all calling you the people's champ for the future. Did you think at that point that within 5 years you'd be headlining Wembley a second time with a third Wembley fight coming in next April?
I promise you, not at all. I was actually just with my cousin now, and we were looking through some old pictures. And it made me appreciate the journey, because you know how boxing is. It's rough, it's rugged, hardly any support, and you just got to build and build and build, and we've managed to build to where we are today. So I can honestly say, as tough as it is, as much as it is a blessing as well, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
The next question comes from Jeff Wojciechowski of Hit First Boxing. Please go ahead.
AJ, just like you just said, it's a blessing what you have done in England. Now you come in America on a brand new platform with DAZN. How are you feeling on that whole movement?
DAZN is big, you know. Yeah, I've got a lot of time for DAZN. Like, we initially had a meeting before. Sometimes when it comes to certain meetings with boxing, I've got some real trusted people in there, i.e. like Eddie Hearn, my management team. But Eddie told me this is a meeting that I should get involved in. I should sit down and hear out what's going on. And then I did. And I wouldn't say I was sold straight away, but I was, you know, you always have to sift through everything and find out what's really going on. So we did that, and I found out that this is a really good platform to be on. It's new, it's going to take time to build, but what a way to launch it. We've got a heavyweight championship fight September 22nd. In the States, we've worked with different broadcasters, but this is fresh, it's new, and I like the idea of it because it's affordable, it works for everyone across the whole world, so we'll see where it goes, and I'm glad to be a part of it at the beginning. Hopefully I can get some shares in the company sometime down the line.
The next question comes from Cheyenne McCargo of Blue Blood Sports TV. Please go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, AJ?
Hello, how are you?
We know, I'm good. We know that Fury and Wilder is scheduled to take place at the end of the year in a big fight. In recent interviews, I've heard you state that that you must fight Wilder, win or lose the Povetkin fight. Why the change of heart when you had the opportunity to face Wilder in 2018? And also I heard that you stated that you are overlooking Alexander Povetkin in this fight, looking past him to Deontay Wilder. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah. With Wilder's situation, when I sit back and think about it, I realize there was a lot of talking. And he's done well to build a profile off of the back of my hard work. So I give him credit for that. But ultimately, when we're all in the same division, we all have to fight. There's no doubt about it. People were saying Canelo was ducking Triple G. They're about to have a second rematch, a double fight. People don't duck each other. They fight at the right time when the deal's right. It's the same principle with me and Wilder. We'll get it on as soon as the deal's right. That's the only hold up with that situation. Unfortunately, time doesn't wait for no man, and time didn't wait for us to kind of get our negotiations together. So we have to keep it moving. But with Povetkin, what I said is that after I fought Carlos Takam, Wilder called me out and said, I've been ducking him, I've been dodging him. But I'd never heard a word from Wilder before then. So with that situation, I always entered my next fight as if I was going to fight Wilder next. So remember, I've been negotiating with Wilder's team from after I fought Carlos Takam, so I was being patient. Then I found out I was fighting another champion. So I thought, all right, if I win this fight, I've definitely secured the fight with Wilder. So I boxed carefully. So what I was saying is that my mind's always been on what's next. All right, I've got to win this fight to fight Wilder. I've got to win that fight to fight Wilder. But now it's like, I'm going to fight Wilder regardless. So I just got to focus on Povetkin, go in there and have fun. Don't be cautious because it's ruining my style, my aggressive style. And just go out there and just take out Povetkin like I would do any other opponent.
Please go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, AJ?
All good, thank you.
Bro?
You?
I'm doing pretty good. How's training going?
It's difficult. Sparring's been tough, you know, but yeah, it should put me in good stead for a good, potentially 12-round fight, a couple in a week.
Speaking of sparring, I see you were sparring with Martin Coley and Ajit Tabeb. Can you speak on why you why you picked those guys?
You know, sometimes we find it difficult to get sparring sometimes, and sometimes they're sparring all over the place. Some people that I spar with, they like to train before, so sometimes people aren't having fights, so we just get in anyone. And what I've learned is that it is good to have similar styles of my opponent, but at the end of the day, anyone who's throwing punches at me is doing me a favor. So Bokoli's very strong, and he knows the game. European champion, he knows the game. Short, stocky fighter like Povetkin. And then we've had various other sparring partners come in. So, yeah, that's the thing. The main thing with sparring is someone throwing shots at you, learning how to defend, counter, whether they're tall or small. You just learn all the time. So we're willing to spar in. We're open to spar anyone.
Gotcha. A couple of months ago, I heard you on the Stephen A. Smith show, on his radio show, and you stated that you would like to fight at the Dallas Cowboys AT&T Stadium. Can you say why you picked that stadium out of all the ones in America?
I like Vegas, of course. I like New York as well. But sometimes, if everyone's going in one direction, it's good to try something new. So that's the only reason, is because it holds a lot of people, like 100,000, 80,000 or something like that. And I think with what we've built in the UK, people are patriotic. They get behind their athletes. So they would love to travel across seas to come and watch one of their homegrown athletes fighting one of the major stadiums in the States. So the issue that I found with the other stadiums, 20,000 or so, it's not a big issue, but I would like to cater for the people that have been riding with me. So I know that stadium has 100,000, so that just makes more sense to me.
Follow up from Michael Woods of Ring. Please go ahead.
Anthony, boxing is a niche sport in the United States. You are much more popular there than any of the fighters are here. It would be hard-pressed to get anyone into a 100,000-seat stadium. The fight fans in the United States, they don't know most of the American boxers or the other superstar boxers. What I'm saying is I'd like to see you come and fight in the United States to have some of the fans here get to know you, and that would help build up a fight with Wilder. Is that what maybe you're going to do next?
Let's say everything goes to plan, I beat Povetkin. My sights will be set on Deontay Wilder to fight. Potentially, 99.9% sure it should be in the UK. But providing that didn't happen, this is the issue that I found, is that if I start talking about it now and I don't do it, maybe I'm a fraud. But what I would do is I'll speak to Eddie and I'll look at the contenders. If America's the right option for me to fight there, I've fought there before as an amateur and I'll fight there again as a professional, no problem. So we'll figure out what's right for my career. But at this stage, looking at one fight ahead, if I beat Povetkin, which I'm confident I will, I'm looking at fighting Wilder at Wembley next, 2019.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.